Fucking cats. Correlation does not imply cows fuck. Who am I kidding? Cat also rhymes with bad, which is what caused COVID. Do you need any more proof? Causation cats. Clause and effect. World was fine until mass advertising of seltzers began. Correlation doesn't imply causation, but it does stand nearby waggling its eyebrows, jabbing a thumb, and mouthing look over there. It was such a bad movie it ripped a hole in the space-time continuum and brought us into an alternate universe. I blame Hollywood. This is indisputable. At this point, anything is possible. Hell, have you seen the movie? Life was good before those people cat dancing things ruined everything. The great creator saw that, said screw this and started a new save. All I know is that cats was the peak. Okay, so here's the thing. The ancient Egyptians had a cat goddess. Bastet. She looked like a human with the head of a cat. Sounds familiar? Humanity was standing on the edge, cats gave it a little push. Edit, thanks for the upvotes and the awards, kind strangers. All it takes is a little push. That's just what cats do to things sitting on the edge. As you know, madness is like gravity. LOL, you had to do the kind stranger edit, huh? It's the movie we deserve, not the one we need. Guys, I think I just realized what we need to reverse the curse. Release the asshole cut? It's true. Everything was just fine until they blurred out the buttholes. The butt cut will cleanse this filthy land. Missed opportunity to strategically place one of the cats behind that big black dot. God is punishing us for not releasing the asshole cut. They're working on it. Snyder Cut is aiming for a 2021 release. More interested in this than the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Coming out on HBO Max as a 4-part mini-series. If you want to get out of the hole, first put down the shovel. Thank God somebody said it. Yo dog, I heard you like assholes. You cannot spell catastrophe without cat. Coincidence? I think not. You cannot spell fornicate without cat. Coincidence? I think not. Cat ass trophy. I saw Cats in theaters, and honestly the idea of the movie conjuring a curse to be loosed upon this earth makes as much sense as anything. I saw, and felt, this movie in a cinema. I went alone. I agree with you and the above graph. There was some unnatural forces unleashed in that movie. I'm still not over it. I watched it on a plane. 20 minutes in and I was praying to God, hoping that the pilot would just slam us into a mountain and end my suffering. The movie conjuring a curse to be loosed upon this earth. Either that, or it was simply one of the first noticeable results of said curse. Harambe would like a word. I thought it was already scientifically proven that it all started with his death, and it was common knowledge. Everything bad that happened in the last 4 years happened after Harambe got killed. There's gotta be a connection somewhere in here. Balloon. Harambe dies on May 2016. Gee, I wonder what was catastrophe later that year. I got my dick out. Okay, but the arrow going down means there is less things going to shit. That's only if the label was to the left of the graph. Since it's in the graph, it's a note on the data. This is a graph of non-shittiness over time. The things going to shit is not the axis, just a notation. Yeah. Op is having trouble with that elementary school math. No, it doesn't. The non-listed bar the side is supposed to say quality of things. No, it doesn't. The y-axis is not labeled, so we cannot know for sure, but context clues tell us that the y-axis must be quality of life, or happiness, or something that measures how good things are. Y-axis is happiness. If they release the butthole cut, maybe things will start to get better. The only solution is to release the butthole cut? Can someone please start a change.org petition to release the butthole version? Came here to look for this. This chart is better than most of that sub. We're all the missing buttholes now. Perhaps they can reverse the curse by releasing the butthole version? Buttholes are everywhere now. They're the ones not wearing masks. Like things were so great before then. I think November 2016 is a more accurate date. On November 3, 2016, the Chicago Cubs won the World Series for the first time since 1908. Make of that what you will. Things have been slowly going downhill since Harambe died. It was always all going to shit. I think humanity had it coming. Kids were recording themselves going to grocery stores licking ice cream putting it back. Between that and all the war and racism, cats was the last goddamn straw. It's time to eradicate the species and let someone else step up. It was the symptom, not the disease. This continues downward until the director's cut of Dame Judi Dench licking her own asshole for 25 solid minutes is released. Then blam. COVID is gone. Wait, shouldn't that be an upward trend of shit? Release the butthole cut? Come on, this is down to the rise of Skywalker. It's sad that I had more fun watching Cats than Tros. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but yeah, I can agree with that. The movie was good, but damn did Disney mess up Star Wars. We have angered the gods and must be punished for our folly. God was displeased by Cats. LOL, remember Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes, Cats the movie. Oh, the reviews. I read one review that said this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs. Let's be honest, it's been going downhill since Harambe. There's a Shane Dawson joke in here somewhere. Plot twist, the real reason we have no butthole cut is because Shane Dawson paid for exclusive rights to it. Come now, we all know it was the death of Harambe. I mean, really everything went downhill after they had to kill Harambe. That's where it started. That's when we entered the darkest timeline. Just wait till Cats 2 comes out and see what's next. Cats didn't do it. It was that fucking gorilla. The only hope for 2020 is if they release the butthole cut. It was the butthole cut. You can't make something like that and not release it. The gods demand a sacrifice. Cats, only buttholes edition. If I get to see butthole cut, the movie may actually have some merit. Is this what started the downfall of civilization as we know it? Fuck. I was blaming the politicians and pedos. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we've been on a steady decline since Taylor Swift was unleashed on the world, but when she got the role in Cats, that was the proverbial straw. I think it started just slightly before that. Like a couple years. The graph doesn't even make sense though. Release of Cats. Then the graph shows the things going to shit decreasing. Release of Cats and things going to shit are annotated events. The y-axis is not labeled, so it is not clear what is decreasing. Damn, he's right. Reddit amazes me. This post is at 13.3k upvotes right now. And yet people are downvoting the guy agreeing with it. SMH, go figure. More like Death of Harambe. Damn son, where'd you find this? The cursed movie cursed the world. As the prophecy foretold. Well, you're not wrong. World, nothing can be worse than seeing James Corden as a fat pussy. Virus, I am about to end this man's whole career. Okay, so this is true and I appreciate the joke, hahaha, but the design of this chart is horrid. Your domain and range are not well defined. Where's your damn ticks? This is bad data, lol, but it's really a funny meme and totally agree EFF that Cats movie. So there's a decrease of things going to shit? You think it was flat pre-January? Things weren't going well before Cats? It's just another straw on the camel of humanity. I get it. It was the catalyst. There are no cats in America. Remember that documentary called Don't F Sharp CK with Cats? Someone really needs to beat the piss out of whoever thought that that movie needed a live-action remake. Incorrect. A more diligent study of the fuckery proves it all started when they fired up the LHC. We need to find Dr. Freeman and give him a fucking crowbar. He'll get this all sorted. Yes, no offense to all the cool catos and chonks out there. It's the curse of the cat's butthole cut, things won't improve until it's released. Just to be clear, Cats and Star Wars Tros came out on the same day. I hate cats. Thought we decided this all started when Harambe got murdered. The graph shows things going to shit is on a downward trajectory, which means there are fewer bad things. The opposite spin in this post equals dog propaganda. Correlation does mean causation. I like this meme, but this is an awful graph. Neither the X nor the Y axis are properly titled, and the red line starts before the Y axis. It drives my inner nerd a little bonkers. Actually, if you really look at the data, the world went to shit right after the death of David Bowie, Prince, and Lemmy. I'm convinced they were the three guardians against chaos, and when they died the legions of chaos were allowed to enter our dimension, leading to the current mess we're all in. If only Prince's lawyers and bankers hadn't conspired with his half-siblings to murder him to gain possession of the wealth of unreleased music in the vault. If only a time traveler hadn't gone back to 1990 to give David Bowie cancer. If only Lemmy weren't assassinated by cyborgs from the hidden city beneath the Earth's crust. Woe to the world. That movie was just what they needed to execute the global plan they've been working on as a worldwide secret intelligence. They handled the underground furries and such, being intelligent enough to understand that outliers would always exist. But that damn movie, they just couldn't handle their species being sexualized in a Hollywood movie with a cast that alone brought millions to watch. They realize if they were to stop the inevitable atrocities to their kind, it would have to be before the full-scale normalization of such a thing was put into motion. We forced their pause, we can only hope we made them act too early. We could never win the fight against a coordinated army of cats. We are living in #TheButtholeCut. Isn't this chart saying that things have gotten less shitty since the Cats movie? Does this chart make any sense? That arrow is not the right direction. Thank you for the love, and it's safe to say we can all agree on this. This made my 2020. Are we ever going to get the butthole cut? I would actually buy this with real dollars. How does a repost get 90k upvotes? I really want this graph to be going up. Like, more to shit. That feels like 2 years ago. I was the 100,000th upvote. On the dot, it was 999,999 just before. Don't give them any more ideas with your title, up please. Cats knocked 2020 off the shelf. Shouldn't the arrow be going up? Wouldn't this suggest that things going to shit are on the decline? It would go up, not down. So many upvotes, but few here understand that this is not how graphs work. Well done. Rise of Skywalker was released on the same day as Cats. I don't know which movie was worse, but the shitstorm of both films together just may have been enough to push the whole world over the edge. This graph was made by someone who doesn't know how to use graphs. On January 20, 2017, Trump was inaugurated. On that same day, films called Split and The Big Sick were released. That should have been an omen. I don't think you know how graphs work. It's going down, towards zero. Unless the graph represents quality of life. I don't think you know how graphs work. That's an annotation, not a labeled axis. I'm always down to blame the furries. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker also was released in December 2019. Nah, it was actually Harambe. It's hilarious that anyone would think things were going well prior to Cats being released. The US was separating families, putting children in cages. Fascism and authoritarianism rising across the globe. The US economy was held up on stilts, Trump having used every economic fail-safe at his disposal to make the economy look stronger than it was. Black people were being murdered by police officers, over and over and over again. Fuck this meme. but in 2020 most of the events that are happening are affecting everyone, not just the US. It begs the question, what if they would have released the butthole version? I thought we had all agreed it was David Bowie's death that caused the world to turn to shit. Usually fucking cats leads to good times. I've had a sneaking suspicion that when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, they unwittingly summoned the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Are the cats responsible for a terrible graph with no scale or units? Shouldn't the arrow be going up? The whole world has gone to hell ever since Donnie and Marie Osmond got divorced. TBH Cats isn't terrible if you like the premise of the musical. It's such a meme to shit on it for looking weird, but if you like music and dancing and go into it knowing that there isn't really a plot, it's solidly entertaining. Just watch this dude, the performance of this song is so fucking good if you don't circle jerk the CGI, which is more uncanny than it is legitimately terrible. The movie is also absolutely a masterclass in cinematography. Separate from the uncanny CGI cats, the framing of the sets and the colors are a fucking joy to watch. Not be a hater, but I scrolled through almost all of the comments and no one mentioned the graph is wrong. It would be things going to shit going up, it is cancelling each other out, so it is saying the world is not going to shit. I liked the meme, just wanted to point it out. In 2016 the Russian ambassador in Turkey was assassinated in front of an art exhibition audience. The previous year 2 television presenters were murdered live on air by a disgruntled colleague. Things have been going wrong for a little while now, we just keep forgetting about them as we go. I mean Genghis Khan? I can't spell, killed 10% of the human population, literally changed the carbon footprint of mankind while he was alive. A lot worse things happened, lol. Friends comes off Netflix. People are blaming the movie Cats. They can't see the forest from the trees. The Cats movie was the beginning of things going to shit. So things going to shit has decreased? No, that's us being lowered into the shit. Nice title. Also works with presidential elections. I reject the premise. The graph was already going down, it just got steeper. Cats can and cats will. Nah, man, shit started going bad the day David Bowie died. He was holding it all together. That's not funny, that's tragic. Personally I prefer cats over dogs. But damn, just watching the trailer made me sick. Can we agree cat gods didn't approve of the movie? Okay, fucking calm down. Things were going to shit well before Cats XD. They told us not to do the cat. 2020 is God's punishment for cats. Coincidence? I think not. Cats caused COVID. Coronavirus was the world's response to the producer's bad choice on digitally removing all the cat anuses. How about the Cubs winning the World Series? Thanks, Obama. I always thought things went downhill with Harambe's death. Jack's Films. God was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'ma plage you motherfuckers until you learn your lesson. Should have used the litter box. Are you sure it wasn't Tiger King? You could either use this or Tom Brady leaving the Patriots as the turning point for things going to shit. I thought it was Coldplay. Shouldn't it go up? We are going on downhill, but not since Cats. We are going down since the death of Harambe. Release Cats 2s to negatives make a positive. Thanks for watching. If you could like, subscribe and comment best Reddit stories for more Reddit videos.